Welcome to DentonRadio.com, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in with us. We are coming at you live on DentonRadio.com. Thin Line Fest is right around the corner. Super excited about this festival every year. And this year, there's a bit of a different twist. Thin Line is going virtual. So anybody that is a follower of Thin Line that is going and following at thinline.us, Thin Line is not going anywhere. They're still happening, but it's going to be a little bit different this year. You're going to get to enjoy these documentary films and things like that from the comfort of your own home, because we will be streaming a lot of really cool stuff for Thin Line. So we wanted to let everybody know it is not canceled. It is still happening. It's just going to be right in front of you. So wherever you're watching right now, you're probably going to be watching Thin Line there too. So super excited about all of that. On the phones with us, we have the makers from Quiet Flows the River and 489 Days. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves to everybody, and let's talk a little bit about what you've been making.
Okay, so my name is Rania El-Malki. I'm a documentary filmmaker from Egypt, and I made a film called 489 Days.
Cool.
And hi, thank you, Jake, first of all, for having us on Denton Radio.
Of course.
So my name is Arnila Nolok. I am the maker of Quiet Flows the River, and I am originally from Bangladesh, and I'm happy to be here today.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us. We really do appreciate having you here. So both of these films are shorts. For anybody that's not familiar, you got your feature films that are the longer ones, and then the shorts, you get these really awesome, pretty powerful, bite-sized docs that you get to enjoy. And both of you guys have got some really incredible stories that you're telling, and really cool ways that you're telling it. We got to talk a little bit before we got started, and so I got a rundown a little bit already. But go ahead and who'd like to go first on just filling everybody in on what's going on?
I can go.
Perfect. So tell us a little bit about what inspired the doc and what it's about and what people are going to get to see.
Well, Quiet Flows the River, when I first actually had in my mind, I was thinking, because I'm from Bangladesh and climate change has become an issue all over the world, and I wanted to represent that, in film. So I was thinking, what if I actually, because people here, the audience here, many of them who have no idea about how it's going in the developing countries and how people in the rural areas are facing shortage of water and how their lives are changing due to drastic floods. So that's what first inspired me to do it. So there was a lot of brainstorming and a lot of talking to people and actually having international video calls constantly, because I was here and my whole team was back in Bangladesh looking for subject. It was one really good was a journey, I would say. So so the film includes two families because there are so many people who are affected by this. So I picked two families who are terribly affected during different cyclones and flooding that they had. And they had really, stories to share with people, and some of them don't even believe or don't have any idea what's causing it. So that's what the film mainly kind of revolves around.
Wow. And the other doc.
All right, so 489 Days was, it's basically inspired by my background as a journalist. Before I transitioned to documentary filmmaking, I was a journalist in Cairo for 15 years. And this film is really, very close to my heart. It's about the plight of Egyptian political prisoners, of which there are about 60,000 at the moment. And the film is an animated documentary that tells the story of one prisoner. His name is Mohammed Sultan. He's an Egyptian American, and he was jailed for 22 months between 2013 and 2015. But eventually he was released. He's now a very vocal political activist based out of Washington. Just yesterday, he actually published an opinion piece in the Washington Post about, the coronavirus and how it's affecting those political prisoners who live under terrible conditions and have zero access to medical care, and there's very little attention that they're getting. And so I just feel that for some bizarre reason, the film is kind of having a little bit of significance at this moment in time because of what's happening all over the world, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, both of these docs are I think extremely relevant for the time, and also provide a lot of perspective as well, for all of us to see how.
Yeah, actually, these topics, it kind of like it affects people, and these are sensitive topics, I would say, even though it's very wide. But then at the same time, because there are people involved, their lives are involved, and people are fighting for their rights at the same time, some basic rights, I would say.
Yeah.
I also think the context is really, really important. Whatever's happening with this coronavirus at the moment is related to probably to climate change, to everything that's happening, in the world as a whole. And everybody is going to be affected by it, whether we're all self-isolating. These people in prisons are forced to self-isolate for years and years and years, and their lives are kind of passing them by as well. And they might perish there if they don't get any attention. It's just, it's all kind of mixed together, all these, lots of decisions by world leaders who sometimes kind of forget that it's all about the citizens, about the ordinary people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, guys, really, really looking forward to seeing the shorts. What are the times on those? Because they're not super, super long. Anybody could really take these in a pretty short amount of time.
Watch ones it's 18 minutes, so it is less than 20 minutes.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, mine is 489 days is 16 minutes long. It's not a very long doc. But we still don't know when the streaming times are going to be. But
sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. So whenever they are available, you could consume both of them in less than an hour, which is super, super cool.
Yeah.
So, guys, as they said, a lot of Thin Line content is going to be streaming online. Still working out all the details on that, but make sure you are tuning in to thinline.us as well as following them on all social media outlets so that you can stay in the loop on everything that's going on. Thin Line is not going away. You've still got a lot of really cool options to get to enjoy a lot of this content. Very, very cool stuff. And shoot, a lot of us are looking for more content and things to do. And this is going to be a really fun resource for people to get to check out. So make sure you are checking out what's going on at Thin Line. Guys, thanks very much for tuning in with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Jake. It was great.
Thank you guys again very, very much for being here. And thank all of you for tuning in. You guys stay safe out there, and hope you get to enjoy all this really interesting content going on at Thin Line. We'll be bringing you all sorts of updates as the festival approaches closer and closer and closer, so that you can enjoy this new virtual fest that's going to be here in Denton, and really for anybody that would like to check it out. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time here at DentonRadio.com. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton. Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.